Oh, I just cut that intro all super early. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Volley League's Spike Magazine Trophy. We are in week number 7 of 9 in regulation before the cut to top 8. We have a really interesting matchup for you tonight. We're going to have Adge versus Control. It's going to be Demos versus Entanglements, Malik versus Conkill, Skaven versus Imperial Nobility here in Division C. Very critical game for both of these teams here tonight as they're looking to get every single point they can to try to make the cut to top 8. Why don't we take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams here this evening? Man, I am a mess today. I am an absolute mess. There we go. There we go. Division A. Currently in first place in Division A would be the NC Snakes, coached by Move. They're a Dark Elf team. They are 5-1-0. They are followed by Festoon's MAML Nightmare in second place. They're a Necro team. They're 4-2-0. And the Tizork Savage Boys, the Orcs, coached by Tizzle Bizzle. They're in third place with another undefeated record here in Division A of 3-3-0. Over in Division B in first place, none other than the Pip Stars, coached by Dead Fred. They're a Lizard team, and they are 5-1-1. They are followed by the Bo-Leave Broncos, coached by BB Nut, hot on their heels, also with 16 points. They're a Nurgle team, but they are undefeated with a record of 5-1-0. And they are followed by Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clypheus. They're the Norse team in third place. They are 3-2-1. And over in Division C in first place are the Goodest Boys Strike Back, coached by Old Gamer Mike. They're a Necro team. They're 4-2-0. They're followed by the Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax. The Chaos Renegades team with the three big guys. They're 4-1-1. And Philosopher's Song in third here in Division C. They're Spire's Lizardman team. They are 4-0-2. Demos and Entanglements currently at the bottom of the division here, but they are still not out of this competition. Remember, the top two teams from each of the three divisions will make the cut, guaranteed into the top 8, but then the two best ranking teams besides will also make the cut. Every single point counts here. A very crucial game for both of these teams tonight as they're looking to pick up that second win, pick up 3 more points, and stay in the running here to try to make the cut to top 8. The home team this evening will be Demos, coached by Malik. They have 8, 9, 10 on the roster, but Orson Welles will not be starting this evening due to an injury. So 2 journeymen to pick up here for the Skaven team. Their TV is at 945,000 gold. They'll have to pick up 100K in journeyman, so that's going to bring their team value up to 1,045,000 gold. They have the big guy OJ Simpson, the Rat Ogre, 2 of the Blitzers, just 2 of the Gutter Runners, a Thrower, and a bunch of Line Rats as well. They have 3 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against this Control team. Entanglements, coached by Conkill. It's an Imperial Nobility team, 12 on the roster. They will be down a bodyguard, number 5, Bull Noose, out with an injury this week. They'll still be able to field a full 11. That's going to bring their team value to 1,240,000 gold. And I think that's 155K? That's 195K. 195K in petty cash going back to the Skaven team tonight. We'll talk about what Malik might do with that in just a few minutes. 2 Noble Blitzers on this roster, 2 bodyguards. Again, the third one's out with an injury. A Thrower. 3 bodyguards. One of them's out with an injury. A Thrower and a bunch of linemen. 1 Oppo, 3 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play? Let's talk about the home team here this evening. This is a Skaven team. They are one of, if not the fastest team in the game of Blood Bowl. 3 of the 4 Gutter Runners on this roster. They are an MA of 9. They all come with the dodge skill, 2 of which are blodgers as well. That means only a PAL will knock down Obama or Osama bin Laden, the number 7 and number 8 Gutter Runners respectively. Edge of 2+ means they're very good at catching the ball, at picking up the ball. The dodge skill with Edge means they're very good at dodging away from players as well. They can get to where they need to be. Very, very good pieces. If you are not careful, a Gutter Runner, no matter where he is on that pitch, will snake that ball away from you and get to safety, and there's nothing you can do about it. They are fragile here with an AV of 8, however, and they have targets on their back. Obama and Osama bin Laden here are blodgers, mean only a PAL's going to knock them down. So they have that going for them to keep them a little more reliable The Blitzers here both have block skill, of course. One has the tackle skill. They have an AV of 9, as does the Rat Ogre. The Rat Ogre with a strength of 5, mighty blow, and chucking multiple dice with that frenzy skill as well. The linemen on this roster, very brittle as well. So this is a brittle team with a lot of speed and a lot of agility in the gutter runners. These gutter runners are going to spread wide, and they are going to harass pieces on the opposing team or break free to try to score. On defense, they can get right in on that ball, especially on an onside kick. Unfortunately, demos do not have a kicker to kick that ball onside and then hope for that blitz perhaps, and now a gutter runner's under the ball, and they get the ball on defense. So might not happen so much here tonight, but that speed can still be used to really harass. Oh, look at that. Electric Man, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome all to the stream here this evening. But these gutter runners really are the stars of the show. They're the pieces to watch out for. You can bet Con Kill will be watching out for these pieces as well and trying to murder them to get them off the pitch. If you can get these gutter runners off the pitch, you're in really good shape to win this game. That Rat Ogre, we've talked about it time and again, is a fantastic big guy. Strength 5, Mighty Blow, Frenzy. But the nega trait here is Animal Savagery. So this Rat Ogre can be made to be guaranteed to activate so long as a friendly piece is beside the Rat Ogre. The problem is, with the Rat Ogre on a Skaven team, you probably want to throw a lineman up by the Rat Ogre. Rat Ogre fails Animal Savagery. Now with Mighty Blow, you're looking to break armor on a lineman on a 7+. Your Rat Ogre can do a lot of damage to your team, but if you can avoid that Animal Savagery roll, you get your blitz, you start to knock down the opposing pieces, you have Mighty Blow, you have Frenzy, you can start to gain control here. The big problem here for demos is they are up against a control team. Entanglements, this Imperial Nobility team, you can see they have a lot of control skills. They have Fend, that means that if you block a lineman, you can't follow up. They have Wrestle and Stand Firm on the bodyguards. That means if you try to push the bodyguard, they go nowhere. If you roll a both down result, they can knock you down with them. No armor break, but no turnover either. It makes them a little more reliable. These blitzers are very, very good on this roster here. They double as catchers. They have block, they have dodge, one of which has sidestep, the other has jump up. Of course, they also have the catch skill. There's a thrower on the roster, so there's a real passing game for both of these teams here tonight. And that's going to spread these teams wide across the pitch. When you have the passing game to threaten, you're sending a guy out there to threaten as a receiver. That means your opponent has to spread out to cover them. That means they're weaker against your run. That makes your run more effective as well. So we're going to see we may see a very wide game across the pitch as both teams start to threaten that passing game. The problem for the Skaven team is being up against this control team. If Con Kill sets up layers against a Skaven team, that's typically what you want to do, right? You want to put lots of tackle zones between those gutter runners and where they want to be, because they're so agile and so fast that once they get by you, you're not going to catch them. But Con Kill being an imp team, they have these control players, and that means if they set them up or they could set them up in such a way that it can prevent a gutter runner from getting behind them so easily, right? You go in for a blitz to try to open up a lane for your gutter runner, and it turns out you can't follow up and be where you need to be. Or perhaps a bodyguard's in the way. You get a push, the bodyguard goes nowhere. So that's going to be something that demos really have to consider here tonight in this matchup. Otherwise, they really just need to stay alive. They've got to watch out for the blitzers, of course. The blitzers high speed, they have the block skill as well. One of which has jump up. That's number 1, Pat Cloverhitch. That means that when Pat Cloverhitch gets knocked down, he's not spending 3 MA to stand back up. That's going to keep him mobile and keep him fast. These are where the blitzes are going to be taken. These are the only pieces other than Priscilla Presnott with the block skill. Thankfully, the Skaven team doesn't have to worry about Mighty Blow or any other kill skill. So they have that going for them, but they've got to stay alive. They've got to stay alive. They've got to keep those gutter runners alive as well. If a gutter runner is sent out by his lonesome just to say, threaten the long pass, I think you're going to see Entanglements say, actually, no, you're not going to long pass. And in fact, I'm just going to get a 3-die block on your gutter runner. And if I knock him down, awesome. If I don't remove him, I'm definitely going to foul him. And once those gutter runners start to get removed, Demo's options really, really decrease. He's getting 105k in petty cash in the inducement phase in this game. I think that's going to be a Helmet Wolf and a Bomber Dribble Snot. He can afford both there, but we'll see what Malik decides to do with 195 195,000 gold and petty cash. That could just be a wizard. A wizard would be a great pickup as well against a team like Entanglements. Entanglements, again, they really want to set up these cross zones or these interlaced zones, tackle zones. And if you can get a good fireball out of that, you've just shut down that formation, right? And now you have a lane to move your very, very speedy players through to try to score or to try to threaten the opposing cage. All right, I saw a bomber dribble stun. I didn't see a helmet wolf. Demos win the coin toss. They're going to choose to be on offense to start, so they're going to punch first. What are the inducements? So Demos picked up a keg and a bomber. Did the values change here? Where did the rest of the money go? All right, well, they've got a keg on the roster. That's going to bring their KOs, their KO rolls down to a 3+, or I guess up to a 3+ rather than a 4+. We've said 2 coaches. I thought the 2, I think maybe so, but I thought the 2 coaches were rostered, but perhaps not. He had 3 gutters, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he had 3 gutters. Even accounting for the 2 journeymen, though. Wait, why is there only 1 journeyman? What is happening right now? He must have hired someone. He must have hired someone. Hired someone who wasn't a journeyman. Or wasn't a lineman. All right, the defense set up here. They're giving up those sidelines to this this Imperial team. They do have the big guy here in the nose tackle position. And now 3 on the line for the offense with, of course, the thrower, Charles Windsor, back to receive this ball to start this Thursday evening game. Electric Man says was 1 hurt. He had a hurt player, but even accounting for that, he should have had to pick up 2 journeymen. So I think he hired somebody. On the ball, triggered here on the kickoff. On the ball, triggers on a kickoff. Didn't even need on the ball. But on the ball triggers on a kickoff or a pass. If you have on the ball, you get 3 free points of movement out of that. Good catch here on the kickoff return. Charles Windsor in possession of the ball here in turn number 1 on their own 22-yard line in the left wide zone. An assist being pulled up to the line for the 2-die against Otis Redding. Here it is. Got the POW. Looking for just an 8+. The Imperial lineman also an 8+. Followed up to take a mark on O.J. Simpson. Two-die on Owen Wilson over on the right side of the defensive line. Gets a push out of this. And now the 2-die on the big guy only gets a push out of this on O.J. Simpson. He's hoping for the knockdown. This Rat Ogre only has an armor value of 9+. That's considered average in the game. AV of 9+ means when you roll a 2d6, you're looking for a 9 or higher to break their armor. When you think about die rolls, we talk about this time and again. When you think about die rolls, they're not linear, right? There are only so many ways to roll a 7 versus, say, an 11, right? An 11, there are 2 ways to roll an 11. But on a 7, there are many ways to roll a 7, right? So the difference between AV 7 and 8 is great. The difference between AV 8 and 9 is maybe a little less great, but remember, you're stacking all the numbers behind you. So there's a bell curve that you need to consider, and the difference between AV 10 and 11 is not the same as an AB difference between 7 and 8. Blitz on the left side against the journeyman over here, Sassacris, the number 2 journeyman. Didn't get an armor break. Turn 1 now for Demos. OJ Simpson on the block here. Just going to get a push out of this and a frenzy follow-up. Going to be a one-die frenzy follow-up coming up. Oh, no. Fend was used, so he didn't want the block to come back. I would have taken that. I would have absolutely taken that. So the number 7 lineman here used Fend, so the Radiator could not follow up and didn't get dice, didn't get a frenzy follow-up here on the number 7 lineman. Oh, I feel so... I don't even know what the word is. I feel completely out of it today. I feel like I'm floating in a weird, goopy mist. Bomber dribble snot on the bomb toss here. Gets a KO against the number 7 lineman over in the left tackle position. Knocked down the center and the left guard as well. Very well done. Bomber dribble snot really needs to command a higher salary. Just $50K for this star player. .45 seconds to go here for Demos in the first turn of this game. They're on defense. They're going to take a mark. Going to blitz down Pat Cloverhitch over on the right side here. They're going to blitz down with Octavius Spencer here with the tackle skill. Going to negate that dodge skill. Gets a both standing result out of this unless he spends the reroll. He might. I don't know if he will. No, he's going to stay there. So 2 Skaven players marking Pat Cloverhitch right now. That's right. That's right. Bomber dribbles out. Doesn't even pretend that they're pies. They're just straight up bombs on his back. Says, what are you looking at, ref? 2 of the gutter runners play very deep safety here as the clock runs out on Demos. They're now on the bonus clock. You get 7 minutes, 30 seconds in bonus time for the duration of the game. Second guesses the number 8 gutter runner on the right side. Pulls them out of that safety position back up into a linebacker position. And that'll be the turn. Turn 2 now for Entanglements. Fail. 50-50 dodge off the line. Works out on the reroll. Gets the assist against Osama bin Laden, the number 8 gutter runner. Linemen have an edge of 4. That means the best they can do is a 50-50 on a dodge. Assist over on the left side of the pitch here. 2 assists now to get the 2-die block against Oprah. 2-die without the block skill, but they do have wrestle. So the both down result will still be safe for Ali Sheephead. It just won't result in an armor break. There's the block. Gets a push out of it. You know, I feel like I just had like a medical procedure, like an EGD or something, and I'm just waking up from the general anesthesia. That's what I feel like. I'm not tired. I'm just, I don't know. One die block over in the right wide zone here. Gets both standing result out of this. Waking up the blood ball. I've been awake It feels like I've been awake for a week. I think it's release valve like in my brain has gone off, and now I'm just sitting here. No. Two here for demos. Malik. Oh, starting the turn with a bomber pass. So scary. Starts with a bomber pass here. The ball got intercepted. Floyd Trucker Hitch, now in possession of the bomb, can throw this bomb back unless Kaboom is spent. That is Bomber Dribble Snot's once per game ability. Eagle TSI rooting for this Imperial Nobility offense. I think he might pop the ability. Yeah, there it is. Gets a stun out of that, but nothing more. Scary moment there to start the turn with that pass that could have failed, and then Floyd Trucker Hitch caught the pass, was ready to throw that bomb right back at the Skaven team. But Bomber Dribble Snot's once per game here, it's called Kaboom, was triggered. And Floyd Trucker Hitch didn't get an opportunity to toss that bomb back. Here's the blitz by O.J. Simpson. Gets a push out of this. And Bodyguard will stand firm. Here's the follow-up block. Gets another push out of this. And Yvonne Cross-Stitch is going to stay right where they are here. .23 seconds ago in turn 2 for Demos. Not getting super aggressive with their defense here. They're keeping a lot of their players in formation here at center pitch. Looks like might be trying to goad the offense into committing to a wide zone here early, at which point they'll be able to try to encircle the offense. Demos back on the bonus clock here. They have 3 rerolls remaining for the half. Set up the 2-die on the left side here. This is with the Journeyman. Got double pals out of it. Ollie Sheepman will have their armor broken on a 9+. There's the armor break. Got the KO. Well done by Malik. That's a 2-man player advantage now for the Skaven team. Is that a 2-man player advantage? I think it's a 1-man player advantage. What is happening right now? Let's see. Entanglements is that a 3, 6, 9 versus 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's a 2-man player advantage. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. He bought another gutter runner. I get it now. All right, I'm on the same page. He bought another gutter runner. That's where that money went. And then he picked up Bomber, so the gutter is not on the pitch. Turn 3 for Entanglements. Didn't get a whole lot out of this turn for the Skaven team. Now the Imperial Nobility team. Let's see if I can get the telestrator, the fake telestrator working. I haven't had a time to get the real telestrator working yet. So he could end up moving this. Why doesn't... Oh, that's right. Could try to end up moving this ball in this direction, but then he's going to be stuck if he ends up over here. I have to fix that telestrator. I hate my jank solution in the meantime, but I haven't had time to look at the code and see what has changed in the newest version of OBS. 2-die blitz over on the left side here. Gets a knockdown. Cease, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Spire demanding death. Welcome, welcome. So Entanglements carving out some of the pitch here on the left side. They might be moving to the left. But they need to be very, very careful of scoring too early against a Skaven team. Again, Skaven, one of, if not the fastest team in the game of Blood Bowl. You give them 2 turns, in some cases 1 turn, and they'll score on you. There's 13 spaces between the line of scrimmage and the back of the end zone here. So to get in the end zone, you need to move 13 spaces from the line of scrimmage. MA9 with 2 rushes, that's 11. So just 2 more points of movement in some way can get you in the end zone in a single turn from the line of scrimmage. Those can be pushes, but those could also be another point of movement. And sprint, that's another way to make that happen. Sprint lets you rush 3 spaces. Oh, you can't go up to MA10 anymore. That's right, you can't go up to MA10. Hank the Ranger says, I don't think the coaches are upset that your telestrator isn't working. I bet. Welcome to the stream. All right, retreating with the ball here. So pulling the ball back to their own 14-yard line just inside the left wide zone. Turn 3 now for Demos. C says, and rushes, as we all know, are simply free movement with no downsides ever. It's like a credit card. It's just free money. Speaking of, when I was at the game store the other night, I saw they had a HoloLive card game. And I was like, I don't know anything about it. I'll just buy it. So I bought a whole booster box. Did I block over the right side here by Owen Wilson gets a push. Fen will be triggered and can't follow up here. Judge Dredge, welcome to the Judge Dredge, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Judge Dredge has got the Telestrator of Doom covered. 2 rushes there to take a mark on Charles Windsor. So that's the mark on the ball carrier now. Is he going to go for the blitz? Here it is. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown. 9+ will break armor. No armor break. Pops that ball out just beside Pat Cloverhitch, the number 1 blitzer here, who is a blodger. Well done by Malik here, identifying the blitz opportunity. And now the pass by Bomber here on the 5+ pass to end the turn. Spends a reroll. Chucks the ball into chucks the bomb into no man's land. Keeps the drive alive after the reroll. So often you'll see players who field a Bombardier, whether that's Bomber or Cindy Pie Whistle. If the pass fails and it's not a 1, they might just let it slide because at least the bomb is getting away from your Bombardier. But if it's a 1, you fumble that pass, and that bomb is going to explode right on your fragile, fragile Bombardier. So you'll often see the rerolls on the fumble there. But remember, star players are loners, so they may not even get to use the reroll that they spent. Failed dodge here to end the turn. Ozzy Osbourne, the thrower, will remain on the pitch, albeit stunned. Turn 4 now for the Entanglements. Segner's Loop, welcome to the stream. Segner's Loop says, I just got to the restaurant to pick up a to-go order on my way home, and my wife texted. She just remembered to place the order. Good time to watch some Blood Bowl. Yes, indeed. Always good to have you here. 2-die block here against the journeyman Sassacris. Gets a knockdown, but no armor break. Gonna try to clear the ball here. The ball marked by Oscar Wilde. No assist here with this mark by Priscilla Presnott. Yes, I ordered this HoloLive card game. One die block. There it is by Pat Cloverhitch. Gets a push out of this. We'll clear the ball here. And now it's going to be a dodge attempt by Charles Windsor to a. It's going to be a dodge attempt, a 3+ dodge attempt to a 3+ pickup. Might try to reposition Cole Carrickben here over on the opposing 6-yard line just inside the right wide zone. One die block first against Oprah in the left wide zone, gets a push. Eagle to the side. To the side says, Skaven must die. We'll see. So far, the Skaven are ahead on players by 2. Here's the blitz, hunting the gutter runner. Gets the... Ooh, no. I thought he got the knockdown. He didn't. I mean, I guess he could. He's going to get a push out of this. 3-die blitz. Well done here by Con Kill to target these very important gutter runners. Seek says, everything must die. Eventually. That's the way of the world. Move says, I feel like he's going for a long bomb pass here. Olgier Mike says, I hope the imps die. Good pickup here. He is going for the long pass. Good call here by Moob. Long pass attempt here. Got the 6 on the pass. And now it's the interception attempt. Couldn't catch the ball on the long pass. Of all the rolls to fail there, it's the 3+ catch with the reroll. Tried to toss this ball downfield, didn't quite work out. Eagle TSI says, well, unless you're undead, then you may live forever. Yeah, kind of. 2-9 block against Town Square, not gets push here. Regen fake skill. I didn't eat anything today until 5 o'clock, so 2.5 hours ago. Maybe that's why I feel, I don't know. But I did have fried chicken and it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. Another bomber dribble snot pass here. Good pass by Bomber. Ooh, scary pass. Gotta watch out for the runner. Wow! Well done. Gets another removal here against Cole Carrickben and 2 knockdowns. Wow, well done by Malik. And now it's a 2+ dodge to a 2+ pickup for... Oh, no, he doesn't need to dodge. That's his buddy. 2+ pickup. Oh, of course you fail it. Good recovery here on the final reroll for Demos. They've got a ways to go right now, but remember, it's in the hands of a gutter runner. He doesn't need to get super aggressive. He is going to run down pitch anyway because he can move so quickly with MA9. Again, MA9 +2 for the rush. That's 11 spaces. It's just 13 from here to here. He's already in scoring position with the number 7 gutter runner. Not the time to fail that animal savagery roll. Really needed a player next to this rat ogre to make that a 2+ rather than a 4+. That would have succeeded. Right now, relying on Blodge for Obama. C says, I think it's the most successful bombing I've ever seen. That was a very good bomb toss. Zayas rooting for the defense. Welcome to the stream. Electric Man says, ice cream for dinner? No, I had the fried chicken, which was delicious. Eagle TSI says, to quote one of the greats, let's see how fast he is when you break his legs. Devo's back on the bonus clock here. They're under 5 minutes here in the final turn of the first quarter. They are on defense. They've recovered the ball. It's in the hands of the number 7 gutter runner. This is a level 2 gutter runner with block and dodge. Now trying to mark pieces to keep them away from the ball carrier currently. Again, 2 rushes right now. Scores for the number 7 gutter runner. 2-die block against Pat Cloveridge. Got the pow on this blodger. Did have tackle to negate the dodge skill. That's what tackle does. Eagle TSI says the lack of tackle on the Imperial Nobility team may be their downfall versus these vermin. Yes, indeed. It can be real difficult to stop them. But Malik does need to be mindful of his pieces. They are pretty frail, and you can't just throw them out there to get beaten up. So far, doing a pretty good job of keeping his formation intact. Great turn here. Spent another minute here trying to get some sort of protection on the ball carrier. Very well done by Malik. Down to 4:01 on the bonus clock. Second quarter begins here for Entanglements. They're sitting on 2 rerolls still. Oh, wait. Does Malik not have an apothecary? I think after this game, I'm going to quote unquote unwind. I think I'm unraveling, but I'm going to unwind with maybe the most complicated RPG I've ever played in my life. 2-die block here against the Journeyman gets a push. Zayas says, asking for a friend, when do you expect next season to begin? We're in week 7. We're at the end of week 7 right now, so there's 2 more weeks of regulation. Probably 2 weeks of top 8. So probably 4 weeks from now, I'd say. CSCAS, what RPG is that then? Valkyrie Profile. The original Valkyrie Profile on the PlayStation. Yeah, I adore that game. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I just finished, I just rolled the credits on Star Ocean, the Divine Force. I'm a big fan of Tri-Ace, and I love the Star Oceans. Tri-Ace makes Valkyrie Profile, but they also make the Star Ocean series. It was a good game, but I think Star Ocean 6, the Divine Force, is my least favorite. I was very annoyed with that game by the end, which I've not been annoyed with any other Star Ocean game. It was still good, but very much, I think it's actually my least favorite. Oh, double skulls here. Takes the knockdown. Whoa! Didn't want to spend the reroll here. Took the knockdown and paid the price for it. Paid the price, and now the ball carrier free to score if demos wish to. But they'll try to cage this up if they can, and they can. C says you're clearly a fan of annoying games, though. A fine example of this is on our screens right now. You know what? I have some friends that I think would say you're not wrong. Demo's gonna try to stall this out here, so they're gonna set up a half cage over in the right wide zone. Ooh, the rush! I don't know if the rush was scary. Oh, I see what he's doing. All right, fair enough. Fails the 50-50 here on that Rat Ogre. Remember, that Rat Ogre, Animal Savagery, requires him to have a teammate next to him to take out his rage on. If he does have that, he can beat up his teammate and guarantee his activation. Otherwise, it's a 50-50. Spire says, bash rats! So Demo's in pretty good spot right now. You have to be very, very careful of this team. This team can be super duper annoying. Those gutter runners, especially if there's 4, they can carry up to 4. If there's 4 on that roster, it just seems like they're always in your face all the time forever. It doesn't matter where they are. They could be in the upper deck. And in 4 seconds, they'll be in your face. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage on a pitch carrying a ball. Bomber dribble shot's going to cross the line of scrimmage over in the right wide zone, now on the opposing 6-yard line. Bomber dribble shot is a secret weapon carrying a big old bag of bombs, which are not strictly legal in Blood Bowl. However, run bad with the raid. Thank you very, very much, sir. Welcome to stream. Welcome, Raiders, to our game here. A league game here on Thursday evening. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Run Bad. Again, welcome, Raiders. Turn 6 now for Entanglements. 2-die block against Oprah gets a push. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. I hope your stream went well. But Bomber dribble shot, not strictly legal here. He's a secret weapon. He'll be he'll be on the pitch for a single drive before the ref wises up and says, "Wait a minute, is that a bag of bombs on your back? Get out of here. That's not legal." And so he'll be called off the pitch for the remainder of the game, unless, of course, Malik is able to successfully argue the call with the ref and convince him that a bag of bombs maybe isn't so bad, maybe isn't so illegal. 2-die block against Osama bin Laden gets a push out of this, a dodge push. Entanglements at this point, I think, trying to force the score, perhaps. Double skulls again. This time does not tempt fate. Does not tempt Nuffle and said, double skulls, fine. I'm not going to spend a reroll. And then perhaps lose his blitzer. Turn 6 for Demos. They could score right now if they wish. They may wish. They could. I would argue they could stall this out for another turn. Another failed 50-50 roll by O.J. Simpson. He's going to remain on the... He's just going to score. Malik scores here as O.J. Simpson takes a rest. And the defense on the board here, 1-0. Very well done by Malik. What? No cheerleaders? I rely on Malik to have a full squad of cheerleaders. There's the call off the pitch here by Bomber. Dribble side is going to argue the call. And did not successfully argue with the ref. The ref said, come on, man. Come on, I saw what you did. Nope, get out of here. Bomber dribble shot called off for the rest of the game. And now... Demos to set up on defense once more here in turn 6. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. BB Nut says, no Nurgle cheerleaders? I hope not. Eagle TSI says, last night my Goblin, Paul, and Jade argued the call 3 times in a row. That's awesome. I mean, your opponent probably thought it was terrible. Entanglements to set up their offense now. So the defense setting up in this wide circular formation here. They've got let's call that 4 deep here in the secondary and four linebackers spread wide. 3 on the line here. So they're trying to control center pitch here. Maybe force this Imperial team into a corner. The Imperial team down to just 8 players. So it's 11v8 on the pitch. 3-man player advantage for the Skaven team. Here's the kick. Very shallow kick by the rookie gutter runner. Thrower's going to get closer to the ball here. Cheering fans, what is the prayer to Nuffle? Somebody's getting 1 point of armor. Who's it going to be, Skaven team? Who's it going to be? Will it perhaps be a gutter runner? So it wasn't a gutter. It was actually the thrower. Ozzy Osbourne's going to pick up an extra point of AV and is now a Navy of 9+. Floyd Truck... Spire redeeming the new Pips Pippy, although the text is wrong. I don't know why the text didn't save correctly, but... So Floyd Trucker hit you here over in the left wide zone. Tried to recover the kickoff here. Failed the 50-50 catch. I'm sorry, that's not a 50-50. That's a 5+ catch. Failed the 5+ catch. Ball's going to end up in play here on the 2. Turn 7 for Entanglements. They have 2 turns to try to tie this up, and then they're going to be on defense to start the second half of this game. 2-die against Owen Wilson, the rookie clan rat over in the right defensive end position here. Gets a push. Oh, Gamer Mike rooting for the Skaven defense. It's a shame Ozzy didn't have the regen skill. R.I.P. 2-die block against Otis Redding. Gets a knockdown here. 8+ will break armor. Mr. Rocker Crocker demanding death. I hope you get it today. That would make today a great day. If someone gets murdered. 35 seconds left on the clock here. Oh, good 2-die block here against OJ Simpson. A 9+ is going to break armor. Got the knockdown on the Radogre. Trying to keep this Radogre out of play for the rest of the half. 10 seconds to go here for Entanglements in turn number 7. Wow, big time dodges by Pat Cloverhitch to get in the scoring position. A 4+ to a 3+. Three-plus pickup does not work out. Has sure hands. Works out with the free reroll. And now the ball in the hands of the thrower, Charles Windsor. Didn't get the reception, but had a good long pass in the first quarter of this game. But the receiver just couldn't keep their hands on the ball. Turn 7 now for Demos. I just heard slack, and I instantly went all anxious. All right. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I see 2 dice on the ball. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Not going to blitz the ball carrier. Instead going after Pat Cloverhitch here. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle. 9+ breaks armor. Nurls Rot with the 5 streams streak. Thank you very much. Appreciate having you here. BB Nut asks, which division is this? This is Division C. Taking another mark on Pat Cloverhitch. Pat Cloverhitch has nowhere to dodge. It's not currently a 50-50. OJ Simpson to stand up here. Failed the animal savagery roll. Could beat up on Otis Redding. It'll be a 7+ to break armor here due to Mighty Blow. This is the problem with the Radogre on the Skaven team. I love how he stands up to beat up his teammate and then just falls right back down. Wait! What? What just happened? Why did he keep the... All right. So that Radogre, with that knockdown there, could have activated. BB Nut asks, when does this round end? I'll spoil it. There's going to be another extension. So it will end the end of the day on Monday. Unless one last extension is spent by one of the coaches. Turn 8 now for Entanglements. Final turn. It's their final turn, top of the 8th right now, to try to get on the board here in the first half. Move says the Blood Bowl 3 UI is awkward when you fail like that. You have to click stand up again after hitting the player for some reason. Yeah, I think it was an error, but not. It was Malik's error, but I think the UI sort of tricked Malik into thinking his rat ogre couldn't activate, which is unfortunate. That's one of the reasons, in my opinion, why UI elements like this matter a lot, right? Because if you look at that and you think you can't activate, then I mean that hurts you, right? You know what I mean? So, but anyway. Two die block on Octavia Spencer. Gets the knockdown here on the blitz. Got the armor break, but just a stun here on turn 8. So is this going to be a stand-up Pat Clover hitch? Super duper quadruple dodge? Like, what's the play? Oh, he's got jump up. You're absolutely right. He's got jump up. But he's still got a billion dodges to make. C says a UI problem in Blood Bowl 3? Unheard of. Currently looking at 4 dodges right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 13 seconds on the clock, but plenty of bonus time. 1 reroll left for Entanglements here to try to tie this ball game up. Electric Man says he doesn't have the ball in his hands. What do you mean? He does. It's in the hands of the thrower. So what he has to do, if he wants to score, I don't see any way out of this. This Pat Clover hitch is going to have to do 4 dodges to get into the end zone. And then Charles Windsor is going to have to move forward and just... It's going to be a long pass, right? One more reroll. Failed the dodge. Wow! That was going to be a 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus, and just couldn't get through the gauntlet. Turn 8 now for demos. Spire says, "Run like Pips." What would Pippy do? Minute 35 here. Remaining here in the first half of the game. This Skaven team, not only with the player advantage, but they have the score advantage as well. They're up 1-0. 2-die blitz against Priscilla Presnott. Got the pal here. Just needs the 8+. Priscilla also injured. If he can roll in that injury table, it's a +1. There's the armor break. Oh, Priscilla! Priscilla, no! Oh, who wanted death? They got it. That's right. There's your death. Got the pal on the injured Priscilla Presnott and murked her. Murked him, excuse me. There it is. Oh, the violence of the Vermintide. Mr. Crocker praised the Knuffle. That's going to be the end of the half with Demos in the lead 1-0. They're going to be on offense to start the second half of this game as well. Just the one KO comes back for Entanglements. So that's going to be, I think it's a 10, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, it's 11 v... Yeah, 11 v 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a 3-man player advantage for the Skaven team right now. Three on the line for the nobility. 5 on the line for the Skaven. They're going to try to block down these linemen. Remember, these linemen are just an AV of 8+. With that Rad Ogre, that could make that an effective 7+ on one of these guys with Frenzy as well. thrower back to receive currently. That's Ozzy Osbourne with the number 6 rookie. Oh, ho, 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 ho. The rookie gutter runner in the halfback position. Here's the kick in the arrow formation on offense. Cheering fans, another prayer to Nuffle. Who's friends with the ref? It's naturally going to be Demos. So it turns out that Malik is good pals with the referee of this game, and should he choose to foul, he will successfully argue the call on a 5+ rather than a 6+. So instead of a 1/6 chance of success, it's now a 1/3 chance. Started the turn with the block. Scary stuff. Got failed the animal savagery roll. Had to knock down Otis Redding. Got the stun on the armor break, but thankfully for this game, team remains on the pitch. O.J. Simpson can still activate here. What? What was that? Okay, come on. So that's not a UI problem. Something must be up. Because all the Red Ogre did there was beat up Otis Redding. He was just like, excuse me, kind noble gentlemen. I have a bone to pick with my brother. Dude, I blitz over the left wide zone, gets a knockdown. You know what? O.J. Simpson is such... This is not a phrase I thought I'd ever say. O.J. Simpson's such a gentleman that he wants to even the odds here. You know what? I'm going to stop this right now. This joke's getting out of hand. 35 seconds to go here for Demos. 2 players pulling on the ball here. One's a gutter runner. One, of course, a blitzer, Oprah. Tight coverage here on the ball, so not spreading out too much here. Good pickup by Ozzy Osbourne. Skaven team now with the ball on their own 10-yard line, just outside that left wide zone. Electric Man says after the hit, he should be able to do his block. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I'm saying. Like he must something must be up because he activated, beat up his own player, which means that his Red Ogre can actually go, and then just didn't take an action with the Red Ogre. 2-die blitz to get things started over in the left wide zone. Gets a push out of this. Was looking for the knockdown. Didn't get it. Might just stay put here. It is a 3+ dodge away. Old Gamer Mike says, has Malik been replaced by a clone? It could just be as simple as maybe it was just a really busy day. You know what I mean? Like I've had days like that. Today is like that, where I just feel don't understand reality. You know what I mean? Although that sounds like something a replicant would say. 53. Actually, a replicant wouldn't dare say that. Good rush here over on the right side to get the 2-die block against Oscar Wilde, but only gets a push out of this. Trying to block some players out of the drive here. Gets the mark behind the offensive line to push Oscar Wilde to the right side here. 2-die block against the journeyman. Sassacris gets the knockdown. Again, it's going to be an 8+ to break armor. No armor break. Electric Man says maybe a replicant would say that because he thinks you think he wouldn't. So funny you mentioned that. There's a tabletop game. What is it called? Something Consequences. That is basically that. It's Blade Runner basically. It's a 2-player game. One of you is a Blade Runner. It's not actual Blade Runner, but I mean this is effectively what it is. One of you is a Blade Runner. One of you is potentially a replicant. And so you're being questioned. And you have to figure out if the opponent is actually like a robot or not. It's really cool. No, not exploding kittens. I can't remember what it's called. BB says, what game? Sorry? Something consequences. You know what? Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to go to my game room. I'm going to find it. Inhuman Conditions is the name of the game. Inhuman Conditions. Abo Stabs Us says, is this a PG-13 stream? No, not really. No. The only real rule is don't be an awful person. Don't do that. Everything else is fine. This game is brought to you by Inhuman. You want to talk Inhuman Conditions? Two rushes to get the ball caged up over on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Now on Demo's own 2-yard line. No problem on the 2+ dodge by the number 8 gutter runner. Look how far they can move. Good 3+ dodge by Owen Wilson on the left side of the line there in that left guard position. Very, very important game. Very, very important game for both these coaches here tonight. Really need these 3 points in order to stay in contention here in Division C. Demos and Entanglements still alive here. Remember, it's the top 2 teams from each of the 3 divisions that make the cut, and then the 2 best placing teams besides will also make the cut. So both these teams here tonight really desperately need this win in order to stay alive in this competition. Two plus rush over on the left side of the cage. 2 players covering the front of the cage. 2-die block on Oscar Wilde. Got the POW out of this. Really wants an armor break. Got it. There's the armor break. Blitz still on the table. Yeah, Inhuman Consequences. I think it's a great game. I love it. It's a lot of fun. You don't know if you have to shake your opponent's hand to see if you've won or not, and if they're like a robot. So like they could be a robot so they could be one of 3 things. They could be a human, which means in order for you both to win, they have to survive. You can be a killer robot where you're trying to kill the human, or you can be a robot that just wants to be left alone. So that's the type of robot that needs to just play it cool. And you figure out if you won or not by a handshake. So if it's like a killer robot, they're supposed to like shoot you or zap you or something. And if they're not, they're supposed to have a very clear like robotic handshake. Yes, he says, can I be a human who just wants to be left alone? You can! You can be a human who just wants to be left alone. A mark on the ball here by Pat Cloverhitch after stunning Oprah on the front left corner of the cage here. Turn 11 now for Demos. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, I'm a little upset by all this anti-robot rhetoric. I'm not anti-robot. I mean, I am if I'm on the anti-robot side. But maybe I am the robot. Hands off the number 6, no problem. Remember, a handoff is not a pass. It's just a catch roll. So it doesn't matter if the thrower is marked or not. Number 6 here, unmarked. That's a 2+ catch. And the ball, oh, now in possession of the ball. And is just going to skitter all the way over the left wide zone now. And we'll get another cage set up here. Seek says, AI is going to kill us all, but not because it'll become super intelligent, just that it will destroy the planet trying to get it to be intelligent enough to kill us all. Maybe. I think it might kill us from overuse and stupid solutions. But we'll see, I guess. Napo stabs us says, maybe you too is unfamiliar with some basic human ideas. Maybe he's a replicant. Absolutely not. I enjoy all forms of human entertainment. Boy, gutter runners are so fast. Tight cage over the left wide zone now. Obama on double rushes gets forward of the cage. Blitz by O.J. Simpson coming up. I swear, if O.J. doesn't do anything. What is happening right now? Am I being punked? What? O.J., what are you doing? Turn 11 for entanglements. I don't need this in my life. C says, do you like the TV series The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon? I have no idea what that is. T9 block over on the right side of the line here. Gets a POW against Oprah. Entanglements need to find a way. 8 players try to recover this ball. It's a very speedy, very agile offense. 2-die against Otis Redding gets a push. Only the best serial show in the galaxy. A. A mark taken against Obama. Blitz still available. The defense is going to shift left. What few players in the secondary there are anyway. Looks like it's going to be a blitz by Pat Cloverhitch. It's going to have to dodge away on a 3+ though. Might just take it with the thrower instead to avoid the dodge roll, but then won't have the block skill. Good 3+ dodge. Here's the blitzer. Blitz got the POW on Obama. Looking for an 8+ to get rid of one of these nuisance gutter runners. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of it. How do you feel about eye contact? I think that is genuinely a question in inhuman conditions. So the cage over in the left wide zone now. Can't move to the left. This Imperial Nobility team trying to take advantage of that by mustering the greatest defense they can with how few players they have on the pitch. They've got 5 players harassing this cage right now. Turn 12 for Demos. Finally, O.J. Simpson's going to make... Oh, he starts the turn with the OJ blitz. This will be a turnover unless a reroll is spent, but remember, he's a loner. Got through the, oh, Nuffle. Nuffle. Oh, no. Spent the reroll. Seemed very hopeful that he was able to get through the loner roll here, and Nuffle said, no. You saw the dice I gave you. This is what you're getting. Spent the reroll, rolled into double skulls. OJ stuns himself on the null turn. Turn 12 now for Entanglements. They've got a shot here. Two down, Octavius Spencer is a push. Does he want more out of this? I think he may. He's going to take the push. Minute 15 on the clock here in turn 12. It's the final turn of the third quarter. Entanglements down 3 players, but they've got an opportunity to get on the ball. I wager we're going to see a blitz by Michael Bolin. Marking out the journeyman on the front left corner. Blitzer on the right side already marked out. Here's the 2-die blitz into pushes. We'll probably re-roll this. Here it is. Gets the knockdown. Well, doesn't get the... Oh, he does get the knockdown. Okay. Got the knockdown here. Got the KO as well. Great removal for Entanglements here. They got rid of one of those blodger gutter runners, and now it's a 2-man player advantage for the Skaven team. The ball just hanging out, defying gravity on Entanglements' 4-yard line, just off the left sideline now. A mark on Osama bin Laden. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Over on the right side, got the POW. Freeze up Yvonne, the Curse cross-stitch. Level 2 bodyguard with the block skill. With the guard skill. And now Entanglements. Entanglements fighting for this ball as the fourth quarter begins. It looked at the beginning of the drive, but after the null turn, starting with the Rat Ogre blitz, Entanglements in a much better position. Warmaster 1969, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity. Welcome to the stream. You missed a murdered imp. You missed a gutter runner who was just knocked out. You missed Bomber Dribblesnot, chucking bombs for days. Thank you again for the sub. I appreciate it. $70 seconds left on the clock here at the top of turn 13 as Demos try to figure out where they want to be and how they can get there. Currently surrounded by Imperial players. Might just try to retreat here, but I don't know if they can really get away. Well, they can. One die block against Talon's Square Knot. This is going to be a wrestle to the ground on the blitz. And that is a lost blitz. Spire says the Rat Ogre being stunned and not screwing up may be the best thing you could do. OJ, just stay stunned, my man. We got this. 2-die against Yvonne Crossstitch gets a push out of this, but that'll be a stand firm result instead. Again, this Imperial team is a control team. They have a lot of control skills. Fend, where you can't follow up. Stand firm, where you can't push them back. They're able to stay in place and really control sections of the pitch, which can be difficult for a Skaven team when they need to get places and just can't push those players aside. Regardless, these gutter runners are so good, again, with a lot of speed and that high agility, that even with, let's say you have 2 layered tackle zones, what do they care? Warmaster says, is this a doubleheader today? Nope, just one game today. Just the single game. I canceled. We would have had a doubleheader on Monday, and I canceled it because I felt I had a lot to do. I mean, I did have a lot to do. And I canceled the game on Tuesday, so I apologize for that. But we'll be back to normal. Back to normal starting today. Demo's on the bonus clock, fails the rush. Is he going to spend his final reroll? Spends the final reroll to keep the drive alive, but no more rerolls left for the Skaven team, and just 1 minute 5 seconds on the bonus clock as they decide what they're going to do here with this ball. 1-die block on the number 7 lineman is a skull, and that is very unfortunate for the Skaven team. Turn 13 for Entanglements, and now they've got a lane. They've got a line on the ball, and they've got some gutter runners to beat up. 3-die block on Obama. Gets a dodge push out of this. Pushes onto the ball. The ball's going to bounce to the left sideline on the opposing 8-yard, well, on the Entanglements 8-yard line. Ball's been freed to be picked up by Cole Carrick-Ben Jr. or Mac Ramey? What a scatter. Thanks, Obama. 3+ pick. No, he's going to pick it up with the blitzer, Michael Bolin. Very well done. Entanglements on defense now recovering the ball. They're trying to get on the board before this game is over and maybe get a point out of this game rather than a loss. 2-die block against Osama bin Laden. It's going to be a POW here. Well done by Charles Windsor. Electric Man's root for the offense. 1-die block against Ozzy Osbourne back at the line of scrimmage. Ozzy Osbourne, Nuffle has blessed with an extra point of armor value. And a skull will end the turn. And 14 remaining. Move says Michael Bolin is 15 of 15 rushes. Yes, he is. Commissioner, we need an investigation here. That can't be right. 1 mark on the ball carrier. Remember, this ball carrier is a blodger. Only a POW will knock this ball carrier down unless Malik can get a tackle piece on here. But it is, boy, it's going to be a rush blitz by the Rat Ogre. Rush blitz dodge by the Rat Ogre. Succeeded on the rush here, but got tagged by Towns Square Knot into a 50-50 dodge thanks to the edge of 4+. Failed that dodge, and now it's turn 14 for Entanglements. They're in a great spot right now to try to move this ball to the right side and try to get on the board and salvage this game. Great armor break here by Entanglements to get a stun on a gutter runner. That means they're effectively not going to have to worry about this gutter runner for the rest of the game. Double POWs against the Journeyman. 8+ will break armor. 3 players pinned to the sideline now, 2 of which are those gutter runners. They're the sole remaining gutter runners on the pitch, and this is a big problem for Demos at this point. Entanglements just trying to mark players so that they can't get anywhere. Actually marked for the assist here. It gets a push, but we'll keep this player marked. Well done. The lineman here, Owen Wilson, marked by Talon Squarenot. Michael Bolin moves one more space forward and is now on Entanglement's 2-yard line. Marks out the Rat Ogre behind the ball carrier. 3 seconds left on the clock, but plenty of time on the bonus clock. 1 reroll remaining. Owen Wilson's going to be a push. Another block on Owen. Knockdown. An armor break would be huge. Doesn't get it. Turn for a demo. Oh, out of this. 8+ breaks armor. Black Wolf 82. Welcome to the stream. This is MAML time for a few minutes more. But welcome to the stream. C says, is the microphone cutting in and out? That might be me lifting my foot off the pedal. If so, I apologize. .61 seconds left in turn 15 for Demos. They've got to get dice on the ball here. I mean, they have dice on the ball. Oh, man. Stand-up blitz by O.J. Simpson. Gets the knockdown here. 7+ breaks armor. I guess is going to continue to move and mark the ball carrier with that prehensile tail. I think that's the plan. There it is. So as it stands, Michael Bolin on a 50-50 dodge right now. Prehensile tail makes dodging a -1. Demo's about to run out of time here in turn 15. They've got 57 seconds left on the bonus clock. Good 50-50 dodge off the sideline. Not sure what that gets him. Dodging the journeyman away. I guess it keeps the journeyman active. Tried to dodge a gutter runner off the line, and that is a KO gutter runner? Gutter runner. That was a big 5+ dodge that didn't work out. And now turn 15 for Entanglements. C says, so we're going to get the perma-stress clock? Doesn't seem so. Seems like, at least not this time anyway. Rudder gunner, right? Entanglement. Die on down here. He's got nice. 2 die coming up against O.J. Simpson. Oh no, they don't have the dice. 3, 4. All they have is 4. Spends the 1 die against Sassacris to try to get more assists out of this. A push will do it. So now it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 2 dice on OJ Simpson. Good action order here by Con Kill. Two die by Michael Bolin gets a push. Will chain push OJ Simpson aside. That's 1 point of movement spent on the blitz. 6 more points of movement to move forward with the ball. We'll get down to the opposing 12-yard line. Sans any rushes, but I don't think he needs. He definitely doesn't need the rush, especially with sidestep. Never forget the free movement. All right, looks to be setting up a couple of players here for protection. Probably tries to dodge away Charles Windsor, I think. Oh, dodges away. Dodges away Yvonne cross-stitch for the 2 die instead. No, doesn't take the 2 die. So dodges to take a mark with Yvonne cross-stitch and then attempts to break Charles Windsor free here to get ahead of the ball. And now turn 16 for Demos. They are on the precipice of ending this game in a draw. Eagle TSI lowered rush failure rate from 900 to 99%, saying just do what Pips would do. Why do you have to be mad? Here we go. Oh, takes a mark. Sias redeeming Telestrator of Doom. I'm not going to draw, mostly because the hack solution that's replaced the broken code. I don't want to mess with it right now. 1 minute to go here for Demos. They have 34 seconds on the bonus clock as well. That's right. 2 die block gets Town Square out by the Rat Ogre. Scary stuff. Got the knockdown. On the bonus. Oh no, he's not on the bonus clock. He's got 30 seconds on the regular turn clock here in turn 16. It's got to be a dodge. It's got to be a dodge blitz, and it's against a blodger. So I imagine Malik is spending this time praying to Nuffle before this blitz. Yeah, he is a sidestepper as well. Failed the dodge on the blitz here. Turn 16 for Entanglements. Can they get on the board? Currently, no rushes required to score, but it is a dodge. But I imagine they'll blitz away Obama, and that'll do it. Very well done by Codkill. And they're going to walk away with a draw in this game. Very well done. Very well done to pull out the draw here in this game. It looked all but over for Entanglements, but they were able to pull out a touchdown here in turn 16 to tie the ball game, and that'll do it. 1-1 the final. Very well played. So I think a couple of things here had it in for this gaming team here. The weird activations with the Rat Ogre. I'm not sure what was going on with that, but I think the real turning point was starting the one turn in the second half with the Rat Ogre blitz. You always have to be careful with these big guys, and really be cognizant and think about when you want to activate them and when you don't, or when you should and when you shouldn't activate them. Often it is just not true that you want to activate them every single turn. If they are holding down the fort or you need them in position, maybe you don't activate them. But even at the beginning of your turn, you often don't want to activate them under any circumstances, simply because they are loners. If their die roll fails, especially in the case of a Rat Ogre that doesn't have the block skill, if that die roll fails, you might not get to re-roll it, and now you've just lost an entire turn. That's exactly what happened to the Skaven team, and I think that cost him in this game. But still, very well played by both coaches. That was a lot of fun. I think Malik did a really good job there of keeping his head on straight and keeping his formation together, understanding what type of team he was against in this matchup, and even had the player advantage all game long. I mean, if you're a Skaven team and you can take player advantage, I think that's something to be proud of. So there it is, a draw for both Demos and Entanglements. That's going to pick up an extra point for both of those coaches here in week 7. 2 more weeks of regulation to go. We'll take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. And we have one more game left to be scheduled. It's the Department of Redundancy versus the Gunner Gets. Todari versus Cobblestorm. That's humans versus goblins. That will, I don't know when that will be scheduled. It might end up as a forfeit. Life stuff has gotten in the way for one of the coaches. But currently the week has been extended to the end of the day Monday. EDT. But once that game gets resolved, week 8 will begin. Week 8 of 9 in regulation. Remember, after week 9, it's the cut. The top 2 teams of each of the 3 divisions will make the top 8 cut, and the 2 best ranking teams between all 3 divisions, besides the top 2, will also make the cut. And that's going to be a lot of fun. This is the second open competition of our season. We have 3 open competitions a season before our invitational. That's our championship at the end of the season. And if you want to play with us, I'll put a link in our Discord. Why didn't that work? What's going on? There we go. It just took 7 years. If you want to hang out with us in our Discord, there's a link. Just, you can hang out, you can talk shop. If you want to compete in our next open competition, just shoot me a message. I'm AvaUnit2. Say, hey, I'd like to sign up for your next competition. I'll put you on the list. When registration opens, I'll send you a message about how you can register. It's dead easy. And we'll also have instructions when registration opens in our MAML announcements channel. But that'll do it for tonight. When week 8 begins, coaches will begin scheduling their week 8 games. And when they do, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is a lot of fun. What other game can you play football with giant rats and nobles? You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and at Tabletop Forum at your friendly local game store. Until the final game here in week 7, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.